All right, what's up, guys? Welcome to Promotech. Thanks for tuning in. This week looks loud on the surface, but the real story with the iPhone 18 Pro is happening quietly behind the scenes. These leaks aren't flashy spec bumps. They're structural decisions that change how Apple designs, prices, and positions the iPhone for the next several years. And once you see the pattern, it's hard to unsee. Let's dive right into the video, because the first leak sounds small, but actually reshapes the entire front of the iPhone. After years of feeling permanent, the dynamic island is finally shrinking. Not disappearing, not being replaced, just quietly reduced by a massive margin. By pushing parts of Face ID under the display, Apple can slim the island by roughly a third. Side by side with the current Pro models, that's the difference between the UI feeling like a feature and feeling like furniture. Apple isn't removing the island because it doesn't want to, it's keeping it because it's become a design signature, the same way the notch once was. And the interesting part is what this signals. Apple is clearly testing how much hardware it can hide without risking reliability, which is a real barrier to a fully uninterrupted display. That same conservative mindset shows up again when you look at the display leaks. Yes, brightness is going up again, but the more important story is endurance. Suppliers are struggling to meet Apple's standards, and Apple is already shifting orders around to maintain consistency. That tells us this isn't about headline numbers. It's about sustaining peak brightness longer without thermal throttling. Compared to last year when the base and Pro models shared the same panel, this feels like Apple deliberately re-separating the lineup. Pro users get stability and longevity, not just eye-searing nits, and that's Apple quietly restoring the Pro identity without saying a word. Now here's where things get a little uncomfortable, and honestly, this is the part most people gloss over. Storage pricing is likely changing, but not where you expect. Base prices may stay the same, while higher tiers get more expensive. On paper, that looks greedy. In practice, it nudges users toward iCloud subscriptions instead of local upgrades. Apple already knows most people live comfortably at base storage, and by making upgrades feel painful, it subtly trains long-term behavior. This isn't a pricing leak. It's a services strategy leaking through hardware. Quick pause here because this is exactly why I've been using Wallverse lately. Instead of juggling overpriced storage tiers or cluttered home screens, Wallverse lets you rethink how you interact with your phone entirely, from clean layouts to smarter workflows that actually reduce friction. It's one of those tools that quietly fixes problems Apple won't talk about, and it fits perfectly into where phones are heading. Back to the hardware. And this is where things swing back in the user's favor. RAM, a meaningful jump, even on the base iPhone 18. If you've ever noticed apps reloading or AI features feeling inconsistent, this is why. Side by side with current models, extra RAM isn't about speed. It's about continuity. Apple Intelligence, background processing, and multitasking all benefit, and it's no coincidence this mirrors what Apple's already done with iPads and Macs. They're standardizing memory expectations across the ecosystem. Then there's the camera leak that feels almost experimental. A teleconverter paired with a variable aperture, likely on the telephoto lens, finally addresses the weakest link in the Pro camera system. Instead of digital tricks, this is real optical commitment. The trade-off is light, but Apple seems willing to accept that to deliver cleaner mid to long-range shots. This isn't for casual users. It's Apple quietly courting creators again. And finally, weight, thickness, battery. The iPhone 18 Pro Max may get heavier, and that's not an accident. Historically, every time Apple adds noticeable mass, it's hiding capacity. Compared to last year's Pro models, even small thickness changes translated into double-digit battery gains. If that pattern holds, endurance could jump in a way that changes daily usage, while simultaneously pushing thin phone fans toward the Air lineup. One design, two philosophies. By the way, over 70% of you watching right now aren't subscribed. Not a problem, but if you enjoy noticing these patterns and reading between Apple's lines, subscribing isn't about supporting a channel. It's about joining a group that actually cares how tech decisions ripple forward. So here's the thing I can't stop thinking about. If Apple is this carefully reshaping the iPhone without making noise, what happens when they finally decide to make a visible change again? And who gets left behind when they do? Take care and stay safe. I'll see you in the next one soon. Cheers. Bye-bye.